There are a lot of unique and unmistakable faces in acting. Jack Nicholson, Vincent Price, Andre the Giant, Maggie Smith. It's tough to imagine anyone else who looks quite like them. But not every actor gets to go through life while remaining visually distinct, and it can get hard to keep track. I mean, I still get into heated arguments about whether Natalie Portman or Keira Knightley is in Star Wars. Is that a Hobbit or The Boy Who Lived? And just wait till you meet the Cavil quadruplets. Zoe Saldana and Thandiwe Newton. The Guardians of the Galaxy and Westworld stars look a lot like they could be secret siblings. It's not a perfect likeness, but it's definitely hard to ignore just how well suited the pair would be playing family members. Given that both actresses sport piercing eyes and you don't mess with me, I mess with you vibe, I vote for a buddy flick where they play two sisters hell-bent on getting revenge or saving the world. I'm not picky, I just think they'd play well opposite each other. Oh, Bucky Barnes. Oh, terrible, lovable, forsaken, redeemed, forsaken again, complicated foil to Captain America, Bucky Barnes. Wouldn't it be wonderful if the Winter Soldier had someone, an older brother perhaps, to look after him, or at least look like him? Say no more, because Sebastian Stan is a dead ringer for none other than Luke, Oops, I Kissed My Sister Skywalker, as played by a young Mark Hamill. Or, as the actor is known professionally, Mark, holy crap, I got to kiss Carrie Fisher, Hamill. Turns out that Stan and Hamill share a lot beyond the leading man shtick, and the veteran Star Wars star even tweeted the hashtag #MySonSebastian, though that was probably just a joke. Still, with certain occurrences in the Mandalorian series being what they are, there may be an opening in the celebrated space opera for a renewed young Luke. Just saying. Winter Soldier plus Galactic Space Monk and Womp Rat Enthusiast would be a heck of a get for Stan. You know who has a very particular set of skills? Ralph Fiennes. He can play the resourceful head of MI6 in Skyfall, Lord Voldemort or Voldemort in Harry Potter, and save his kidnapped daughter in Taken because he looks exactly like Liam Neeson. The pair share more in common visually than you might guess from some of their red carpet photos. Sure, in a couple of these, both Neeson and Fiennes look like whole separate people, but what about when they played literal brothers in Clash of the Titans? With Fiennes as Hades and Neeson as Zeus, the resemblance is uncanny, and there are more than a few other individual shots where the pair appear at appearance parity. I can't do this all on my own. I know I'm no Superman, is probably what Zach Braff sings to himself each day when he looks longingly at the portrait of his doppelganger, Dax Shepard. Yes, I know Dax Shepard is a strong performer in his own right, but please, people, look at him. Have you ever seen Shepard or Braff in the same place at the same time? Not convinced? Okay. Check out this literal face swap of the pair, and now tell me that Turk is not best friends with the former star of Chips and Hit and Run. One of the more iconic faces in silver screen history, Audrey Hepburn, has long been touted as a talent and beauty beyond conventional measure. Luckily for Lily Collins, star of recent semi-controversial hit Emily in Paris, Collins is no conventional measure. Her eyebrows, her lips, and most of all her eyelashes mirror the Breakfast at Tiffany's starlet's glamour to the hilt. Honestly, Collins should be on the short list of any Hepburn biopic's casting choices. Even her poise, pout, and the curve of her ear match those of the late great Hepburn in startling detail. Still, facial similarities aside, Lily Collins is every bit her own actress, and a versatile one at that, and it would be a mistake to pigeonhole the star as just another Audrey Hepburn lookalike. Keira Knightley and Natalie Portman are the same person. These are the same picture. Prove me wrong. If there exists a photo of both Knightley and Portman at the same event, I will insist to my dying breath that that is actually a photo of one of the other alone and simply moving very, very, very fast in order to appear in both positions of the picture at once. Seriously, I'm more sold on either Knightley or Portman being the Flash than I am with the idea of them being two different people. It doesn't help, of course, that the pair played duplicates of each other in the Star Wars prequels, with Queen Amidala and Padme being impossible to differentiate to begin with, given all the body doubling and bodyguarding and general sneakiness involved in keeping the royal scion of Naboo safe from, trade restrictions or whatever. For as long as Daniel Radcliffe has been having scars and hating Snape, Elijah Wood has been looking for elevensies and enjoying the most romantic friendship in cinema history. The dual dudes share a handsome countenance and disarming smile that makes them hard not to confuse for one another. Still, here's a tip for the struggling. Daniel Radcliffe can be identified by his love for a warhorse and his lightning-shaped scar on his forehead, while Elijah Wood has a Lord of the Rings tattoo, but isn't telling anyone where. It's on his right hip. Now, this is a weird one, but Woody Harrelson and, stay with me here, Anna Gunn. This pair makes the list because of one particular photograph that's been circulating for a couple of years, but once you see it, it can't be unseen. Sure, Gunn is well known for her work on Breaking Bad, and Harrelson isn't, but Woody Harrelson in drag could do a bang-up job of impersonating Gunn, and frankly, I bet if you shaved Anna Gunn's head, she could play a mean Woody Harrelson. Javier Bardem and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Guys, sometimes these things just write themselves. Look at these two. Look at them. They're the same person. Exactly the same. Okay, maybe not exactly, but it's certainly no exaggeration to say that if you were walking down the street and you saw one, you might mistake them for the other. Luckily, this is less true once you get into their actual roles on screen. No one in their right mind is going to confuse Anton Chigurh with anyone, even archvillain Negan as played by Morgan. It's the hair, you see. Javier Bardem always gets saddled with the best roles and the worst haircuts. Some stubble makes a man look rugged. Some stubble makes a man look grimy, but Logan Marshall Green's stubble just makes him look like Tom Hardy. Yeah, the pair have similar face shapes, and the tilt and squint of their eyes is similar, but really the cases of mistaken identity are down to the facial hair. Hardy's trademark patchy scraggle has served him well in The Revenant and Peaky Blinders, but it's also done Marshall Green some serious favors in making him look, super fine. Incidentally, Logan Marshall Green actually has a real twin, but all accounts say that the twin is not Tom Hardy, dealing a brutal blow to conspiracy theorists everywhere. Okay, Henry Cavill. Unquestionably a Hollywood's most handsome candidate and a person so pretty that it would be difficult to look directly at them during the daytime. I mean, if I saw someone that pretty in real life, I'd probably start actively campaigning for them to be removed from anywhere where they might end up standing next to me, because their very presence would make me look like what I really am, a human Pillsbury Doughboy in comparison. Unlike every other actor on this list who shares one doppelganger with the world, Henry, look at that jawline, Cavill has at least 3. That's right, besides Cavill himself, who almost always looks like, Henry Cavill, Matt Bomer of White Collar, David Corenswet, who has been touted as a possible replacement for Cavill as Superman, and French actor Stanley Weber, who played Juan Borgia in Borgia, could all pass easily as Henry Cavill's twin brother, if not the star himself. Wow. Jamie Presley and Margot Robbie. These two, in addition to being absolutely powerhouse actresses who deserve their own series whenever they want them, are also dead ringers for each other in that they're both gorgeous blondes with high cheekbones and the ability to terrify anyone that looks at them wrong. Now, it's been a while since I had to think about Demi Moore or Courtney Cox, but to be fair, it's also been a while since I've watched Ghost or Friends. But with the Friends reunion looming, as well as the next Scream movie, actually, I couldn't help but be reminded of how similar these two look. It's something about the long raven hair, sheer sloping cheeks, and again, piercing eyes that makes the two so easily confused. Or confusable with each other? Ian Somerhalder, known for his role as Boone Carlyle on Lost. Remember Lost, the show that set the standard for being so mysterious that it becomes confusing? Anyways, Ian Somerhalder has an open secret that isn't remotely related to any island, plane crash, or poorly hidden reference to Enlightenment philosophers. Looking at you, John Locke. The actor shares a striking resemblance to blue-eyed angel of the Brat Pack, Rob Lowe. Specifically, Somerhalder looks like a pretty young Lowe, well before the veteran actor starred in Parks and Rec or even The West Wing. Still, compare the two at the same age and wow, they could be brothers or worse, clones. James Franco, Theo James. Theo James plays Tobias for Eaton in the Divergent series and also spends his free time looking like James freaking Franco. The chief difference between the two is that there isn't one. They're the same person. I need Pam Halpert here to help me on this.
They're the same picture.
No hate to either of them, just, geez, I'd cut my own arm off if these guys aren't brothers. Get it? Because of that one movie where James Never mind. What a bunch of lovely lookalikes, brilliant body doubles, familiar face clones, and duplicate, okay, wait, I totally had something for this one. Duplicate dramatists. Bam! Got there. Still got it.
You take them and release them into the trees.
Pissing our pants yet?